welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The video that you just saw is of an attempted robbery at a business establishment. Mama and Papa Bar, them call it. People that are trying to make some money, pay their bills, take care of their children, put in a whole lot of effort and dedication to their business. Then you have some people don't do nothing, did not sow anything but want to reap the profits of your business. You see the amount of efforts, them just scheming and plotting, want you to build up your business and then them come and tear it down literally. What you saw are some poker boxes on the walls. Those poker boxes are very expensive. So what they do, they sell you these poker boxes, and sometimes the same people that sell you the poker box and install the poker box then send back people for thief it. Not to say that that is the case in this case, but me just I tell you based on information that I got. Most importantly, you see the amount of effort that it takes to pry the door open, force yourself, slither yourself like a snake in the people in business, and then tear off the wall of the machine on the wall. He did not get a chance in this circumstance. However, that was his main objective. The alarm kind of threw some sorts of monkey wrench in the program. I bet none of these persons, or this person or person like him, is not going to put in any sorts of effort to go through the ads in the paper, look for any sorts of job, drive or take the bus to any sorts of job, fill out any sorts of application and go through the natural process in which persons the average Jamaican do. No, he wants you to build up and then he breaks down, thief from you, profit from you. It is only a pity that whenever that alarm went off, there was not some sorts of gas, meaning of the DEADLY type, to take him away, or even worse, the po-po come and catch him in that room and then fill him up with a lot of stuff that are not very good for your health, detrimental to your health, meaning lead, hot lead, that is point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called a series of very unfortunate events, being 3 back to back to back. As it pertains to a family, specifically brother KELENE and Johnny. KELENE is from a place that is called Reedspen, that is in Brayton. Brayton, I am assuming, is in Portmore. She lost her life while she was closing up her bar in that same vicinity. A group of men in some sorts of vehicle blazed up all sorts of can after her. She was taken to the hospital, however, MURDER was the case that they gave her. Based on the information, it is said that less than 24 hours before that, she was probably a couple of minutes away from where she lost her life, where she was alongside a lady known as Maya. It seems as if Maya was the target. Some men blazed up some can. Maya got hit in the hand. She took away herself. KELENE was fortunate in that incident. It seems as if the reason why KELENE lost her life is because the people that blazed up after Maya probably thought that she saw their face, probably thought that she knew them, probably thought that she was going to go to the power station and gave relevant information, as in snitching, doing her civic duty, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens would say. So people, like I told you, this is a series of unfortunate incidents. The brother known as Johnny, he runs a business. He is a very popular, famous video editor, video photographer, whatever you want to call it. Known for the best of dancehall in New York, so I guess he goes to the concert, he goes to the studios, he goes to the clubs, and he videotapes and he puts it out on social media. He edits video, he do all sorts of video, wedding, rate, lele. Very popular, making buku cash. So the brother lost his life 9 days before KELENE lost her life. 8 days after she had gotten pied up. Lucky to be alive, Maya. But it seems as if these people thought that we cannot let the witness live. Even though she was not the target, she saw too much. There's a slight possibility that she might talk. Don't know if they got any sorts of information that she was calling up their name. Don't know the specifics. No sorts of evidence to substantiate those claims. But what we do know, it is more than coincidental that Maya got pied up in her arm the day before, and then the following day, less than 24 hours after, KELENE lost her life. It just shows you how fragile life is in these garrisons. It just shows you the amount of burden that one family or one set of people have to bear. Whenever you're living at a garrison, you could lose your life just by witnessing something, just by being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or even just being a witness. In this case, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called the good that you do, it follows you, and the bad that you do will come back and haunt you. It is called karma. Also mixed with the fact that a couple of days ago, there was a controversial video making its round on social media, in which Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang was there saying that he does not see the benefit of any sorts of body camera, even though they were given a whole bunch, hundreds of body cameras. Whenever the Popo go on special operation, he said that he sees it as some sorts of hindrance. He does not see the benefits. A lot of persons know, anybody with any sorts of common sense, know that most Popo in every first world country, they wear body cameras and all sorts of operation. That is what is used to free people that are innocent and indict Popo that are guilty of violating their job. So anyways, people, a couple of days ago, a young man, well, not a young man, 44-year-old Jerome Marlon Daly, he lost his life. Based on what the Popo said, they were trailing him. They saw him in Old Harbor on some sorts of work sites. They then followed him to some sorts of 9-9. As a matter of fact, take a listen, take a look to exactly what the Popo in the era St. Catherine had to say, and then I'll give my piece.
The first one was on Saturday, November 9. Shortly after midnight along Job's Lane, a man attacked police officers who were in plain clothes with a firearm. The police officers immediately took evasive action and the man was shot and injured. A 9mm pistol loaded with 10 rounds was seized from this man. He was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. It appeared as if he was a laborer doing construction in one of the housing schemes. He was also observed at a wake in Point Hill sometime after 9 p.m. on Saturday.
So people, you heard what the Popo on the job had to say. There were at least 3 men that were taken out along with Mr. Daly. Based on what the Popo said, they seen him in an Old Harbor, that is where he lives. He operates a bar up there, that is his business, amongst other things. They then saw him at some sorts of 9 nights. And then the second or third time, they went to Job's Lane, which is in Spanish Town, where there was some sorts of pie out. Based on the Popo side of the story, they saw something bulging out of his waist. When them confront him and wheel and pop off, they wheel and pop off. The rest is history. He was taken out. They recovered some sorts of tool. Indicom is investigating. Now, people, like I said, based on the information that I got, conversation with people that are on his legal team, and people know that whenever you pay any sorts of lawyer, they are going to say everything that is good for you. But the point I am trying to make is that the controversy in which you heard your Security Justice Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, these Popo refused to wear any sorts of body camera. So therefore, we cannot know. We are only going to have to take the sides of the Popo and then the victim, and then Indicom does its investigation. Based on information that I am getting, it is said that this man, Mr. Daly, 44-year-old at the time he lost his life, maybe about 6 or so years ago, he was driving taxi, he was a cabbie. He drove some people to toll gates, and those persons took away a man known as Murray. The suspects in that case seen on video camera, and also Mr. Daly's taxi was seen on the video camera. Those persons, some of them were arrested, including Mr. Daly. he was locked up for about 3 weeks. Now, he was locked up, questioned, and then they released him. He was out for 3 weeks or so. They then came back, arrested him, rearrested him. He was locked up for maybe 4 to 5 years, I think 5 years based on a conversation. Since the 5 years in which he was locked up, the other suspects were taken out. Mr. Daly would go to court on a regular basis. He was remanded, no sorts of bail. Now, throughout the 5 years that he was locked up, incarcerated, the suspects mysteriously lost their life. Whether it is reprisal or any other means, don't know the details. They decided that the case is significantly weak. Mr. Daly, that was just seen at the cab, maybe he was just hired and he took them there, did not know what they were going to do. So he just being the person that was the driver would have significantly decreased the case, seeing that he was the only one that was alive. He came out, he did his business in an Old Harbor, he opened some sorts of bar. He also did other side hustles. One of those side hustles is to get paperwork for persons at the depot, the motor vehicle depot, which is located on Spanish Town. Across that depot, there's a bar in which a whole bunch of po-po goes to. So the po-po them come to his bar in a Old Harbor. Him and the po-po them in a Old Harbor are good. Him and the po-po them in a Spanish Town are good. So like I said, the bar and the motor vehicle depot is in close proximity, as a matter of fact, right across the street. So that is why persons are saying that, hold on a minute, him and the police them in a Old Harbor good, him and the police them in a Spanish Town good. Yes, they might have known about his past with that incident where Murray lost his life in a toll gate in a Clarendon. But he's now redeemed himself. And person are even wondering, then hold on a minute, if you want this man so bad, why would you release him first, release him again? He did 5 years. If you want him, he is not hard to find. He has a business, he has a home in which they know about. Him come at the bar right there in a Spanish Town where all of the po-po them hang out. So therefore, how is it that this wanted man is always at this bar? Based on the information that I am getting, it is said that on that day in which he lost his life, he was home, somebody called him because that is a hangout spot at that bar. He went there. When he went to the bar and left, after speaking to that person, he received 1 shot in the head. So I want you to follow the sequence of stuff in the video that I did before that, based on what the po-po said. You heard him in the audio. They saw him at some sorts of work site. They saw him at the 9 Nights and 3rd. They saw him at Job's Lane. When they saw him at Job's Lane, he had some sorts of tool bulging out of his waist. That is when the po-po confront him and wheel and pop off. Then blaze him up. He got the SHITTY end of the stick. The people are surprised, including some po-po in which his legal team have spoken to and say, yeah, you know, say a FUCKRY them do is a cover-up. Yes, he is no sort of person that have any sort of Jesus police record, but he did not deserve to lose his life. The way that he lost his life was extrajudicial. It was not justified. Based on information that I am getting, it is even said that the po-po went to the bar and other businesses in that vicinity and took away all CCTV video camera. So it comes back down to the point that I am trying to make. No body camera, then they seize all the footage from all the cameras in the vicinity. That would either implicate or release the po-po, saying that it was a justified takeaway, saying that there was actually some sorts of pie outs. They said they found a gun. Cannot say I have any sorts of information that they did not. At the end of the day, if you follow the protocols, if you wore the body cam, there would not be any sorts of question. On the side of Mr. Daly, if he had lived a wholesome life, was not mixed up in a passa. However, 2 wrongs does not make a right. We expect the po-po to do better. If this man was a criminal element in the past, and then he lost his life based on what the po-po are saying, then people are going to say a karma. So at the end of the day, all we really want as Jamaicans is justice to be served. Whoever are criminal elements, we have no problem with them losing their life. However, we cannot have rogue cops, vicious cops out there just taking away purses at will. And what is even worse, what I heard, he lost his life because there was some sort of contract put on his head. So therefore, just like the criminal elements, so the po-po, so the criminals, the only difference with some of these po-po and the criminals is a badge and a legal piece versus no badge, illegal piece. Two wrongs never make a right. At the end of the day, I do not pledge allegiance to any sorts of lies or corruption. My allegiance lies with the truth. Whatever the truth is, let the truth come to light. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next two channels. They are called Jamaica Dancehall Source and also Crime Time News JA. I will be pinning the link to those channels in the description of this video. Bless up.